Hello everyone, I'm Lina Muhammad from the 11th grade, and today I'll discuss chemical reactions in AP Chemistry. I'll explain different reaction types, how equations are balanced, and how energy changes help us understand why reactions occur. What is a chemical reaction? A chemical reaction occurs when atoms are rearranged to form new substances. During this process, chemical bonds break and new bonds form. According to the law of conservation of mass, matter is not created or destroyed. This evidence explains why balanced chemical equations are required to represent reactions accurately. Types of chemical reactions. Chemical reactions can be classified into different types based on how atoms are rearranged. For example, synthesis reactions combine substances, while decomposition reactions break them apart. By interpreting the structure of an equation, we can predict these products formed and evaluate the types of reaction occurring. Example of reaction types. These equations show clear examples of reaction types. For instance, sodium and chlorine combine in synthesis reactions. Water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen. Methane undergoes combustion, producing carbon dioxide and water. The balanced equations provide evidence that mass is conserved in each reaction. Balancing chemical equations ensures that the number of atoms of each element is equal on both sides. This is justified by the law of conservation of mass. Coefficients are adjusted, but these subscripts remain unchanged because they define the substance itself. Balancing an equation. To balance this equation, I first count the atoms on each side. Oxygen appears as O2 on the reactant side and as 3 oxygens in iron 3 oxide. By adding coefficients, I balance oxygen and then iron. The final balance equation provides evidence that the atoms are conserved. Reaction energy changes. Chemical reactions involve energy changes. Exothermic reactions release energy, while endothermic reactions absorb energy. By interpreting an energy diagram, we can evaluate whether a reaction gives off or takes in energy based on the relative enthalpy of reactants and products. Combustion reactions are exothermic because they release heat and light. Photosynthesis is endothermic because it requires energy from sunlight. These examples justify how energy changes affect whether a reaction occurs spontaneously under certain conditions. A reaction mechanism describes the series of steps a reaction follows at the molecular level. Intermediates are formed and consumed during the process. By evaluating a mechanism, chemists can predict reaction rates and explain experimental evidence. Chemical reactions occur constantly in real life and laboratory settings. Rusting is an oxidation reaction, while engines rely on combustion reactions. In labs, precipitation reactions provide evidence for the formation of new substances, helping chemists interpret experimental results. Chemists evaluate evidence such as color changes, gas production, or temperature changes to determine whether a chemical reaction has occurred. These observations support conclusions about reaction type and energy change. In conclusion, chemical reactions involve the rearrangement of atoms and energy changes. Balanced equations and reaction types help us predict products and justify conclusions. Observational evidence allows chemists to evaluate whether a reaction has occurred. Thanks for your attention. See you next time.